Hello everyone, thank you for watching. I'm Fiona Mbowa here at Church of Uganda Family TV with Ring Diaries, where we talk about everything and anything to do with marriage. If you have any issue you want to talk about or any particular topic you want to talk about, please reach out and we shall bring you someone to discuss that topic. Now, at Ring Diaries, we bring you real people to discuss real issues to help our marriages get better. And this evening, we're going to talk about, to have a discussion with Julian Katumba. You'll say the name yourself. And we're going to discuss about the things we should actually think about, the things we should discuss before getting married. You're very welcome, Julian.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. Hello, viewers. My name is Julian Owasimire Katumba. I'm a married woman. I'm to one man. Now, we have to be specific.
Yes, and specifically to a man.
Yes, and to a man, yeah. So he's called Mr. Katumba, and then I have two daughters. We have two daughters, and we've been married for 4 years and 3 months now. Yeah.
And how have the 4 years been?
Yeah, I would say they've been great. They've been great. And by great, I don't mean like perfect. Like marriage is not perfect. It's just like life. Life is not perfect. You're going to meet the highs, you're going to meet the lows. So it's been great. Like the greater side has been better than the other.
The lows.
Exactly. We thank God.
Amen to that.
Yeah.
So, Julian, when you meet married people, and when you find someone, there's a statement that they usually say, "Oh, I wish I'd known this before." So that statement, maybe for us it's a bit late. We can't do much about it.
Yeah.
But now for the people out there who are viewing,
Yeah.
what are some of those things? Okay, are there some things you think we should know or discuss before marriage that impact on our decision to get married or not?
Absolutely. For sure, when you get into marriage, you're going to get to a point and get to know things about this man, get to know things about this lady that you didn't know. And of course, that also depends on how long you dated, how long you courted. But most of these issues of had I known come because of the questions that you never asked. And you can't get answers if you don't ask. For me to answer, you must have asked a question. So meaning there are questions we need to ask our partners, our girlfriends, our boyfriends during dating, during courtship, because the answers then determine whether they qualify to be our marriage partners. You get the point?
Yes.
So some of these questions, can I get to?
Yes, please.
So in my view or in my opinion, I would really encourage ladies and men to ask the people you're dating or you're courting with, to ask them, first of all, start with the basic information. Where did this person grow up from? Where are they from? Were they playing in mud? Were they playing in grass? Were they what kind of children were they?
What implication does that have to
It looks like something very small, but then it can help me understand the kind of person I'm dealing with. Are you playful? Don't you? There are people who don't love mud at all, But if a kid had a chance to play in that kind, they are very small things, but then they impact us as adults. So when I get to know your kind of childhood, where you grew up from, whether you were with your both parents, whether you had a single mom, whether you had a stepmom, it kind of gives me a bigger picture of what you are now. Not like judging, but then of course
it explains
a few things that would make sense even without probably going into like serious details. You get? So it's important to ask people about their childhood. We meet here in Kampala, we meet in the city. Some of them actually study from abroad, so you meet abroad. You need to understand, if this person is from Uganda, where are they from? Are they from Kampala? Are they from the West? If you're from the West, what's your district? What's your village? In fact, who is your LC1 chairman?
But that's too much.
It's
Many of
too
us
much.
don't even know the chairman. Now can you start asking?
Now, you see, then I will understand that maybe you're not a person of detail. You get the point? But there are people who will have all these details. They can give you every detail to the great grandfather. I have an uncle who does that. You see, He will tell you he'll give you detail to the, I don't know, to like the very greatest good, like, so such a kind of person, you get to understand them. They are people of detail, people that love history, that love to understand where they came from. And then there are those of us who may not like get interested in this information, and you're like, whatever, we go with the flow. You get, so that is the importance of knowing about, okay, I'm just being too much, but then
No. I think this is
I mean, just get information, basic information about this person's childhood.
and I think it also helps when we get to have children. Because there's some parents who say, don't play, because for me, I didn't play. They don't.
Exactly.
So when you
Now
say
you
that, it
get
starts
things.
to actually resonate well. So
Thank
apart
you.
from childhood, what other questions should we ask?
Other questions should be about someone's dreams, visions. What do these people love to be in future? Because you could meet me and because we didn't talk about it, when we get married, I'm like, you know what, I'm enrolling to aviation school. You're like, Julie, I didn't know all along you wanted to be a pilot. You get my point? So it's good to discuss. If you're a man, what are your visions? What are those? What is your burning desire? What is that thing you would love to do before you die? For starters.
That reminds me of a friend who got married. Normal people, we are just normal.
Yeah.
And then the man actually wanted to be a reverend. So he went back to school to be a reverend. And then I was now asking her, can you actually handle being a reverend's wife? I was like, I didn't sign up for that.
I didn't sign up for that.
So we need to know even the future intentions.
Exactly, because you say,
Interesting.
viewers, marriage is a lifetime. It's a lifetime institution. Like once you get into it, at least that's what I know, and that's what God encourages. When you get married and you say I do, you're not saying I do at that moment, but you're saying I do forever. So meaning, if someone evolved and became a witch doctor, like you must go with that. So it's either you'll be the witch doctor's wife or the witch doctor's husband, for that matter.
God.
So it's important that we discuss, we ask questions of what is your burning desire, what's your vision, what are your dreams.
But Julian, someone will think you're trying to take away the love and the lovey-dovey feeling we have as we are doing dating.
Well, I am not saying sit like we are seated and start an interrogation sentence. Where were you born from? Who is your dad? No.
Question one, who is your father?
You know, you're on a date and you don't have to come with questions written down with notes and you're like, question one, agenda. No.
Who is
it comes off naturally. But now that you've watched this...
Was he sick? Did he have any underlying condition?
Is he still alive? No. What was the cause of the death? Like, no. It comes off naturally. But then we are saying date with intention. Date with a lot of intentionality, that as you're dating this person, you're courting this person, have things at the back of your mind that are actually crucial because they'll impact your marriage in future. So it's okay to be happy, to have fun and what, but then during those times as you're happy, try to find out casually about this person, because then it will impact in your
help
marriage.
us not think things I wish I knew about this man, and yet you can't go back.
And yet you can't go back. Something else you need to ask about this person is their finances, what their thought of finances is like. What do you think of me as your wife having money? If I probably ever got more money than you, and maybe woke up and I'm like
You stay at home and take care of the children.
So when I get that response from my dating partner or my boyfriend at that moment, then I know this man prefers women who are like stay-at-home mothers. Now,
so either I'm willing to be a stay-at-home
thank you. So you get from those questions, you get your answers. So you start to qualify this person. Is this woman the kind of woman I would love to be with for the rest of my life? You can ask her, how do you... There are women who don't love like damn rich men because they will be threatened. They'd be like, when he has a lot of money, then he'll think of getting other women, you know. So you need to understand.
So you need to understand the person's relationship with money.
With money, exactly. Is she threatened by a lot of money? Is my husband threatened by a lot of money? Have those discussions, because from those questions you're asking, the answers will give you a little bit of how the future will look like. The glimpse of the future. And if that future is the kind of future you envision, then say yes. If you ever ask, say yes. But if it's not, then you have the answer. Yeah.
Okay. So we need to know their background, background, where
Yeah.
you came from.
Uh-huh.
And I think even in the background, I realize, especially with these culture things, there's
Now,
a girl who went
background.
towards their wedding and they found they were clanmates.
They were clan.
Yes, they had been dating
Thank you.
for
That
a
is
while.
why I was like, you need to go to the detail of where do you come from, if it's your village, what's your clan. Oh my goodness, never get married, you can't even get married minus knowing the clan. I
You
want to
can't.
imagine.
You
Unless you don't
can't.
have a traditional function. But you see, by the time you get to the Kuhinjira or Kwanjula, then you're already like a
It's
step
too
ahead,
late.
it's too late. So ask these questions earlier, and that's the importance of such a kind of show. Not so, to make people understand some of those things you can
So you
do.
should know the clans.
Yeah.
Even when they're people abroad, as you've said. You can
Yes.
meet abroad and you think there are no clans
There are no
involved.
clans, but again, when you're
Until
getting
you
married,
come
you
back.
have to come back, involve your parents, involve your singers, and then they'll ask this man, "What's your clan?" Only for them to be of your clan,
Now
and
we have
that's your
both
brother.
redeemed, and you can't. Now you have to go back to zero.
Thank you. So it's important to ask the background, culture beliefs. What are their beliefs culturally? The people, if you're I don't know, the first wife, I don't know, maybe you have to first have a sexual something with your father-in-law, is
Are
it
those
something
things
you...
still there?
Oh, my friend, yes, they are. Not until you meet people that are from, those places, and they tell you it's actually there, that you get to believe they are still there. So you need to know these things. What are their beliefs like? Is it something you can handle? Is it something you can't handle?
You kwabya nyimbe at your home or we don't kwabya?
So those are the questions. How many kids do you want? How many kids do you want to have? You as a lady could want 2, and the man wants 6.
12.
Or the man could want 2. Yeah, by the way.
Where?
But then a man could actually want fewer.
Yes.
I know of couples where the man wants 2 and then the lady wants like 6. You see? So now the lady is confused. Now where will I get these other kids? What? So talk. Like, come back. Let's go back before marriage. Did you have this discussion? But
Julian, on that note, usually people say that when we are dating representatives. Will people actually be able to be honest about some of those things?
Yeah, we are dating representatives. Of course, now that leaves everything to luck and maybe how long you'll date this person. You see, you can pretend for a day, you can pretend for a week, but you can't pretend for a lifetime. That's why marriage exposes people. So if I know that if I get married to this man, I'll be exposed, he will definitely find out the real Julian. Then why lie now? Oh, but of course, again, some of these things I'm talking about, you can't just have them at the first date. Like, you get to know this person. Is it a potential? Is it a potential partner? Is he not? You understand? So
over a period of time.
Over a period of time. So by the time you get to even talk about children, then maybe you already know that somehow, somewhere, we have a future. We could have a future. So,
because I'm imagining first date, if you're asking me for my grandfather, I'll just run
Jesus
now.
is Lord. Like, what if I don't even want to go on the second date? You understand? Or that could even be a turn off point, like a turn off. Why are you asking me children on the first date? So it depends, really. It depends. But about someone being authentic and real about with what answers they're giving you, I hope now by the time you talk about children, surely this is someone like you've already qualified now. Like, you're in top 7, like he's in like top 3 now. Top 3, top 2.
No, top 2.
Yes, because we meet very many people. Let's just be honest. You'll be having a list, not like you're probably sleeping with these people. No, I mean people that you're qualifying. Potentials. And eventually you keep zeroing down. You come with, first of all, you have a list of very many friends. From those friends, you get someone from, rather you get like 20 that you qualify, 10, and now by the time you're there, you're like in top 2. Like, you're looking at this person could be him or not, or him or someone else. So then what makes them better than the other, or what makes them not just anyone else? You get my point? Yeah. So surely by the time you get to that conversation, you need to also know when this person is lying, because I believe you've dated for some time. So if I lied and I said I want 2 kids, and you're looking at my face and my face is saying like 7, you will know. You get? Or someone's like, go first. For you, how many do you want? And then when I tell you, then the answer you give me, the face. By the way, maintain eye contact. Answers are in the eyes. You can't. It's very hard to lie in the eye. It's very hard because I will tell that you're lying, or you will tell that I don't mean what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we need to know background. We need to know financial, the relationship with finances.
Yes.
We need to know
how many kids,
how many children.
What's your take on family planning? So much. Honestly speaking, we are going into marriage. We expect to have children, but are we going to have children every year? Or are we going to have children maybe after 3 years or after 5 years? Or if we are not going to have children, maybe for the first 5 years of our marriage. There are people, I've met a couple who did that. They spent 2 years of their marriage willingly without children. They wanted to. You did the same? Exactly. So that only can happen when you've had that discussion. Even when people come up to these people are barren, these people are bewitched or what, you two had this discussion and you're good. So that is the beauty of having these questions and the answers from way back than in marriage, because you protect yourselves from the third parties. Exactly.
So now someone will say that if I say some of these things, this person will not like me. If I tell you the honest truth of, you know what?
Yeah.
I have a loan. Because I know someone who actually left the person they're dating because the person had a loan.
Now,
so to what level should we be honest?
Now, you see, if someone can't, maybe that's kind of tricky because, a loan is a loan. Like, first of all, how much was it? Or did he actually open up? He didn't. In fact, that's why he was left.
No. They were dating and he actually
opened up and said,
I have a loan of this amount of money, and the girl left.
And that is the beauty of courtship. You see, when someone leaves you, then
it's better they leave before marriage.
Yes, it's better they leave before marriage. Honestly, you're already married. Maybe you even have 3 kids or 5 or 10. And then someone is leaving you because you have a loan.
So how honest should we be about things that are seemingly delicate like loans?
Surely, on a first date, I don't expect you to open up about who demands you and who you demand. You get? But as time goes by, you get to open up to this person. And also, if you are not sure of what to expect from this person, ask them. By the way, I have a friend of mine who has a loan, and use a friend. Use a friend as an example, and then see what your partner thinks. If this person says, if you have a loan, surely me, if I were that friend, I would leave this person. Then you have the answer.
So you go before they even tell you.
You now know what to do. You either run away or walk away. You know what to do. But I want to also believe by the time someone opens up, okay, towards the end, when things have ripened and you guys are into the thing, and someone opens up, I have a loan, I acquired it for this and this reason. You dumping this person because of a loan would be so mean.
No, but you see, once you get married, the loan becomes ours.
It becomes
ours. If I'm
ours.
not ready to take on that responsibility,
then you leave. That's the beauty of these questions. You know, before marriage, whether before your marriage, you're single. Doesn't matter whether you're in courtship, what level you are at, but you're single.
Even on the day of the wedding, you can
before you say I do in front of God, you are single. Do you believe? Do you agree with that? I know that's what it is. You understand? So meaning you can leave as long as you understand. Like that person who left, they got to understand that they can't take on that loan. I'm not going to acquire problems that were never started by me. You understand? Or that I never was a part of. That's what they chose, and they left. So you choose. If, God forbid, you are at the altar, before you even go to the altar, and then someone tells the boss, you're getting married to a man with 5 wives, and then they have these children, and there is evidence, and you're like, no, this is not the future I want, then please, why not? You say no. You still have a chance to say no. So that's the beauty of courtship and dating. You have all these chances, so that by the time you get married, this is the devil that I know, this is the angel that I know. So all they are good, all they are bad, this is it for life. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
How about, okay, now I'm asking you, I'm telling you instead of asking. How about things like I have a child?
I have a child.
When do
Yeah.
I disclose some of these things?
Like I earlier mentioned, I also don't expect you to mention you have a child on our
On
first
our
date.
first date.
There is always time for everything. So
Should I actually mention that, because you've seen couples who get married and the person doesn't know about this child?
in all honesty, it's just courteous for you to mention you have children before you get married, because it never ends well. I've seen it, like honestly, I've seen it for people that hid the secret
The
and kept
children.
these children away, whether it's the lady with a child or children, whether it's the man with a child or children. If their partners get to find out in marriage, it never ends well. It never ends well. Yet you realize people who bring it out before marriage,
They know how to
they know
handle
how
it.
to handle it. Are we staying together? Are we not? And whichever way, then it is what it is. You get. So I feel like when someone loves you and they would love to marry you, they should marry you with all your baggage, and with all your gold. You get the
But the
point?
important thing is they should know the baggage.
They should know the baggage. You know, when I'm getting married to you, and then I get into the marriage and I find baggage that I was never aware of, if I left even by court, I'm sure I'm protected. Because also I remember there are some questions they asked, were you aware of this? If the answer is no, yes, before marriage, then you have a case. But if you were never, rather if you were aware, then there is no case. But if you are never aware, there is a case. Because meaning me, I married this man knowing he has no children. He has no wife. He has no children. Then I actually married someone different. Those are two different people. In my opinion, those are two different people. So it's good to be honest and talk about the children if they are there. Yeah.
And
They are
what are the
innocent
things?
kids.
What other things should we talk about before?
Also, you need to know this person's religious beliefs. Do they know God? Do they fear God? They could know God, but do they fear God? Or do they actually not know God and don't believe in Him? You know, by the way, like these days, people have lost it. People have lost it. We meet people, we date people for the wrong reasons. We meet and never get to discuss things like those about God. And then time for getting married, people are having conflict of what church do we go to, what mosque do we go to. The father is an, or even the parents were different religions, even them they converted and are into other things now, they get lost. So have those discussions where earlier it will save you a lot of emotions towards marriage and during your marriage, because then it's defined that we are this and we are going to be this, or both of us are different but we can have a unifying factor here and there. Yeah. Yeah.
So we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to continue this conversation about the things you should know, or the things I wish I knew before I was actually married. Don't go away. I'm Fiona Mbowa here at Church of Uganda Family TV with Ring Diaries.